Welcome back to the channel, and today we'll be discussing episode 5 of the Real Housewives of Potomac. And this episode was nothing great. It was a really filler episode to me. I rated a 6.5. And we'll get into the first scene. We know the first scene started off with Ashley, Mia, and Giselle. They met up at the store. They were doing their shopping for their Houston trip that Ashley is putting together. Then they also Giselle brought up the whole what happened at the pickleball event. Of course, she said she believes what Neka is saying because there's no reason for Mecca to come into the group and make up a lie, which is kind of stupid of a reason to say that you believe someone because there's no reason. Like a lot of people lie every day. People make tells lie for anything. So why would you just assume? But of course, because you hate Wendy, so you're going to say this is the reason. Then Ashley also was shocked because apparently at her housewarming, she's saying that apparently Neka came to the housewarming knowing that there was some phone call exchange between Wendy's mom and her cousin-in-law. And I didn't get that vibe though from Neka. She came in quite okay. She greeted Wendy. So if you had all of this issue, why didn't you address it then, or pull her to the side and address it then? But no, you decided let me go ahead and sit down with Robin and then gossip about this. Ridiculous. Then we also have Giselle says that she believes that Wendy and her husband are also working together for evil. Of course, you believe that because you would know what evil is. So, of course, you would believe that they are working for evil. Then we had a next scene where it was now Eddie and Wendy. They went out to have it to eat, basically. And then we had Wendy believes that Neka's sole motive is to attack her in the group, which based on previous episodes, it could be that's the reason because as what we're seeing is she pretty much brings up some issue every time when it comes on to a group setting. Like it's never like let's do a one-on-one or anything like that. It's always let me bring it to the group because she wants an audience. And also Eddie said that it's his first time meeting Neka's husband and they both went to college park or something like that, but it was at different times. So yeah. Then we move on to Neka and Ike. They went to their doctor's visit. Apparently, Neka she also stated in previous episodes, and the only time she said anything really is that she wants to have a child. Of course, she was mentioning that persons are putting pressure on her to have a kid because she's now married, so they're expecting, okay, what's next? A child. So they went to the doctor's visit. Of course, the way she speaks to her husband, it's quite alarming, and it's surprising that she's saying that Eddie seems that he should be in Get Out Part 2. But the way how you speak with your husband, it looks like you have a leash on him. So it's funny that you are deflecting and then telling that Wendy seems like she has a leash on her husband. And also, she said that she doesn't want to wait another 6 months to get pregnant. So she kind of wants to get it done right now. And then we moved on to where we had me and Gordon. They finally go to marriage counseling because we already know in this present day that they are separated. So they're finally now showing something regarding their relationship and what is going on there. So Mia says that things were getting to a point where she actually retained a divorce attorney, which that I guess that was news for Gordon because he wasn't aware of it, or if he was aware of it, he was taken back by it when she basically stated that she retained a divorce attorney. She said that she wanted to file for divorce because Garden was so focused on work and she grew up in an abusive environment and she doesn't want her kids to grow up in such an environment. So I somewhat understand where she's coming from there, but I really need to dig deeper into their issues because from what I'm getting from it is issues happen with the company, money is lost. We see that they are downsizing, and now all of a sudden now you are experiencing all of these problems with him. Now you want to be separated and to get divorced when before you were so like yes give me the money and more money and how many practices you guys are opening now you want him to retire because you want him to stay home more with the family. Like it's just ridiculous. The excuse that she was giving, I wouldn't say excuse, but the reason that she was giving just sounded to me like an excuse basically. She says that they filed a lawsuit regarding the company drama that they've been having with the other relatives in the company. I guess that's also taking a toll on their relationship. And then Gordon also stated that Mia is a sensitive one. I wouldn't say she's the sensitive one, but yeah, I won't say what she is, but yeah. Then we moved to the next scene where we had the ladies arrived at the airport. And Neka says that she plans to deal with Wendy the same way she deals with everybody. She's going to kill her with kindness and respect. And we know that didn't last long because, of course, she couldn't wait for another group setting to throw Wendy under the bus. And then we had their scene where we had Ashley, Giselle, Neka, and Karen were in one car, where we had Wendy and Candice and Robin and Mia in the other car. And of course, Candice hate that she and Robin isn't in a good place. We all know the reason why. Robin lied about her relationship. It hit the blogs. Candice responded saying that she's a fraud. Robin, of course, typical, she's friends with Giselle, so they love to start shit, and then when it's bring back to them, they have issues. So she felt away of what I guess Candice stated, and then now all of a sudden she has beef with Candice, which for some reason you're not talking to her, but why haven't we gotten a scene where both of you have sat down and actually discussed what was said? But yeah. Then we had Giselle in the car asking Karen that if she loves Robin. Then we had Karen went into this whole back and forth saying that she considers Robin, I guess, a pie, where half of the issues were resolved at the housewarming, at Ashley's housewarming, and the other half is in the freezer because she had some stuff regarding the one story, and I guess that's something that she wants to address with with Robin regarding that situation. So that other half is there. Everybody seems confused as to Pi. How did Pi reach into this? But of course, it's Karen, so she's gonna put some comedic spin on things. And also, Karen states that she believes that Robin would lie for one all day, all night, even on a Sunday. And then we also had that Robin, while when they arrived at the hotel, we then had Ashley awarding Robin the penthouse room due as well, due to being under stress. And I'm like, what stress is she under? The stress of lying? Like, I don't get why she needed to be awarded a penthouse room. Ridiculous. And of course, Robin says that um, Karen can take the pie and shove it up her ass. But yeah. Then we had the next scene where we had Wendy, Candice, and Karen that met up at the pool. And, they were discussing how they thought of each room. Pretty much Karen and Candice asked Wendy how she's feeling because apparently she seems very okay despite what happened at the pickleball event. And she said she's okay. She doesn't really know NECA from anywhere, so she's not going to make her bother her or anything like that. And then we had, of course, Q, NECA, and Giselle coming into scene. And then also Karen decided to address the elephant in the room, which is pretty much whenever there is Giselle is in the room with Candice, Giselle goes silent. And what's the issue here? We all know what's the issue here. She lied on Chris, and allegedly Chris, whatever the situation is, should refuse to apologize for it or take any accountability in how she played in the situation. So she got her ass handed to her at the reunion by Candice. So now she's in her feelings, and that's her reason for having nothing to do with Candice. Candice stated that Giselle pretty much believes that if she ignores her, doesn't say anything to me, that I won't be here, but her black ass is still here. Then we also had Giselle, of course, denying that she has never said that. But Giselle, we know your tactics. You did it with Monique. You tried to do it with Wendy. Now you're doing it now with Candice. So did Candice lie? Then we also have Giselle saying that what Candice said about her at the reunion took a toll on her mental health and also her children. And it's best that she does not acknowledge Candice. And I'm like, when you stated what you stated about Chris, did you think about his kids and about his mental health and about everyone involved in the situation, mental health? No, you didn't. But typical white privilege of you everything revolves around you, and you have to basically play victim as usual. Then we had Robin and Mia. They went for a walk, which to me was very. I get the reasoning behind it because Robin went through the same similar situation, but the fact that when the scene started off and Mia was like, "I'm just I'm comfortable always sharing this with you and whatever," and I'm like, first of all, you're on camera, so whatever you're discussing with Robin, it's not like a private moment. It's on TV. So I don't get the reason why you wanted to make it seem like it's this private thing and you feel so close to Robin. So this is why you wanted to have a walk with Robin. But she stated that I guess the attorney or whoever they hired to help with their financial situation with the company and stuff, they basically was robbing them and they found out and I guess they reported it and the person committed suicide. And we know that Robin went through the same similar situation with a friend of one that they hired, and it was the same situation. The guy committed suicide. So I guess the producer said, "Hey, it's best that you two talk, kind of have a conversation about the scene that Robin went through the same similar situation." And then we move back to the scene at the pool where we had now Robin and Mia came in and they were still discussing now the Neka and the Wendy situation again. And of course, they brought up the whole tweet that Wendy's mom said to Mia when Mia threw a drink on Wendy last season. And she pretty much, they were, of course, spinning or gaslighting the whole message to make it sound like Wendy's mom was coming from a witchcraft energy in the message that she put off and twisting the message. So when they decided to pull out the message and read the message, what was said, and the message stated, "Well, well, well, ugly inside and out, crater face Mia, a boomtastic, ignorant, nonsensical, baseless, wannabe CEO troublemaker. You have bitten more than you can chew. Oh, yes, Mia, you assaulted my baby, Dr. Wendy. Remember, he or she who fights and run away lives to fight another day. To hell with me and Peter. Oh, yes, I say, Holy Ghost, fire be on Mia and Peter and thunderous amen." So, of course, Giselle and everybody know on the opposite side starts to say, "Well, yes, that does sound a very witchcraft or voodoo like us." And and I'm like, oh my God, how long are we going to constantly be discussing this back and forth with Wendy and Nika? And it finally came out, which persons were speculating as well, as to that Nika was apparently using Wendy's name, I guess, to come on the show. And Wendy doesn't really know you like that, wasn't, I guess, okay with that and want no parts of that. And you felt some way. So you finally got yourself on the show. So you said, guess what? Because she didn't want to co sign you coming on the show, so you said, let me come on the show and then go at her. For what reason? I don't know. Girl, you're on the show already. Where you just shut up and just do or have a proper storyline. You don't need to come on and then I would more understand somewhat like if it's a situation that you didn't work out to make the show or get on the show and you feel some vendetta, but the fact that you already signed the papers and you're on the show, why are we discussing this? Why do you have an issue with her? Like, can we move on from this situation? Because every week your story changes. And then is this back and forth with Wendy's sister Ivy and Nika's cousin-in-law Lebe. And apparently Lebe was at Wendy's sip and see, and yet Wendy's saying that she doesn't know her, but she was basically saying that she wants her kids to emulate Lebe, and it was just this back and forth, and then the scene ended. But yeah, I am really getting tired of this. I really hope the second half of the rest of the season is not just this constant back and forth with Wendy and Nika because we need to wrap this up now. Like it's on episode 5, and I'm trying to remember if it started in episode 1 or episode 2. But yeah, it's really getting boring. We are not getting no new information here. I'm hoping for the reunion if obviously this will be discussed, but I'm hoping both sides of the party have their information and their receipts because this back and forth and she said is just ridiculous to me at this point. But I would love to hear what you guys think about the episode down below. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next week to see what the Real Housewives of Potomac ladies are up to again. And I'll see y'all. Bye.